After nearly 40 years, former President Jimmy Carter's life and service to the country is coming full circle as his funeral procession made its way to the U.S. Capitol this afternoon.
It is the same route that he took for his inaugural parade, this time in reverse. Back in 1977, Carter and his wife Rosalind walked down Pennsylvania Avenue from the Capitol to the White House. He was actually the first president to leave the car and walk that parade route. Today, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and Vice President Kamala Harris delivered eulogies at a service honoring him. Rebecca Castor is in Washington as the country remembers the man once known as a Washington outsider.
Matthew, good evening. It's been a very moving day here on Capitol Hill. The rotunda just opened to the public for those wishing to say goodbye in person to the 39th president. Former President Jimmy Carter returning to Washington one last time. Draped in the American flag, his casket traveled from Joint Base Andrews to the U.S. Navy Memorial, and then the Capitol building, where he will now lie in state.
It's the great American story. How a man or woman can rise from humble origins to the highest levels of government or business or academia. And it was Jimmy Carter's story.
In a solemn ceremony, Vice President Kamala Harris, the Supreme Court, and members of Congress remembered the former commander-in-chief as a Washington outsider who cemented his legacy with decades of humanitarian work.
He never stopped serving others until his final day. America was lucky to have him as a citizen, as a president, and as a moral compass of our time.
The Capitol Rotunda is open to the public viewing after the service, giving folks one last chance to pay tribute.
It just sucks the wind out of you to see that 100 years is finally done, and he probably still felt like he had so much left to do.
Earlier Tuesday, Carter's casket left the Carter Center in Atlanta. He will be brought back to Georgia after a funeral at the Washington National Cathedral on Thursday, where President Biden is expected to deliver a eulogy. Some of the first members of the public to pay their respects to Jimmy Carter tonight will be former members of his White House staff. Lauren and Matthew, back to you.